Ni hao, wish is Stephanie. This is Stephanie. I have a question, and I will try not to cry when I ask you this question. Do you use mobile apps for your language learning? Do you find, I have many questions actually, I lied. Do you find that you use more traditional paper materials and resources like books and flashcards and notepads and notebooks and things like that? Or do you find that you use more websites and mobile apps and technology-driven tools? I'm very, very curious for the people who have gotten to a relatively high level or a fluent level in multiple languages. Which do you use more of, digital tools or paper tools? I'm having a bit of a crisis moment where I, as a ex-language teacher, I used a fair bit of technology to plug in the gaps of what my students needed and to help them use mobile technology to, especially for my adult students, to help them use mobile technology to be able to do language practice in their busy adult daily lives. However, in my beginning Chinese language learning, there's a couple of mobile apps that I found very useful, but I find for general vocabulary and for grammar, a practice in sentences and listening, I find that, and I don't know if this is just me at this stage, but I find that the more tactile, the better. The more traditional paper, the better. The more I can write and erase quickly without uploading and syncing and doing all of the things that you need to do with technology, the better. And it's sort of making me sad because I'm in the process of planning to, and then starting in March, creating my first mobile app for language learning. That's where the crisis comes in. I'm sort of like, do I even want to do this? Is it useful to create mobile apps? Are they really useful? Or was it just a trend? I don't think it's a trend, but I'm trying to tease out when they're the most useful and to see if the thing that I'm preparing for teaching through this mobile app, if it is indeed a mobile app or if it needs to be a paper product. It can go either way, thank goodness, because I've already put quite a bit of time in planning it so far, and I don't want to lose the idea, because I think it would be very, very helpful for beginners of Chinese language. But I really, really need to tease out if it's, I really need to tease out when in language learning are mobile apps very useful? Is it in specific skills at a specific level of language learning? When did you find yourself reaching for mobile apps and websites as opposed to traditional paper and pencil and note cards and those kinds of things? So your input is greatly, greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated. I know people are going to have different preferences, but I think there's probably a trend on when something is more useful than when it isn't. And so I'm very, very curious what your answers are, what your experiences have been thus far. I've only got beginning information in my head and less than a year experience of trying to do this with technology as a learner, not as a teacher. So I'm very, very curious, and I really appreciate your input on this. And don't worry if it turns out that it's not going to be useful as a mobile app. I will not cry. I will just switch over to a paper product and deal with shipping. Ugh. Anyway, I'll figure it out. I don't care. It's the creation process is the most fun, not so much the distribution, which is why I still have a day job, because I suck at being a business person. Anyway, the point is that I really want to know what worked for you when. Because I'm pretty sure it's not a yes or no, mobile apps help or don't help with language learning. I'm pretty sure it's a when does it work the most, and teasing that out will be the most useful selfishly for my own project and just in general to have a dialogue about this, because I don't think it's talked about enough, and I want to talk about it more. All right, thank you very much. So I'm going to create a tag for this, mobile language learner. That's meant to be a tag. I don't know what that looked like. Okay, so thank you. Bye.